Hi besties! Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over all of the books I want to read in August. Now, not to give like a huge spoiler, but July was a really good reading month for me. Like there's only a few days left and I've hit almost every single book on my TBR. I think going on vacation and being able to read for like a week straight was just what I needed. And now coming back, I don't necessarily feel like I'm in a reading slump, but I also kind of feel like I am. Most of the books on my physical TBR are just not the vibes that I'm needing right now. Like I'm still wanting to enjoy the last bit of summer, but I'm also wanting to read fall books. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to take August as kind of like a huge hodgepodge of things. It's a lot of romance, okay? There's a classic thrown in, and then we're going to continue a series that I'm currently working on. If you know, you know it's coming. And it's kind of like books that like I know I'm not going to want to read during fall, winter, and then we'll want to wait for in like kind of like the springtime. So I might as well just knock them out now. And in September, we're going to start back up. We're going to start some new series. We're just going to go full-fledged into the season. As always, let's start off with the books that I want to continue the series of. And the only one for that this month is the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. In August, I'm hoping to read the 8th book, which is the final book that's like currently out. There will be 2 more books in the series, but I don't know when they're going to come out. I'm not on the Patreon yet for Matt. I finished This Inevitable Ruin while I was flying back home to Salt Lake City, and it's crazy. It was wild. It was a long book, maybe a little bit too long. But this 8th book called The Parade of Horribles is a bit shorter. It's like the first book in the series where it's shorter than its predecessor. So I'm excited to read that. I already have the audiobook and the Kindle book downloaded. Now continuing on to the rest of my TBR, they were all physical books. I don't have anything else on my Kindle that I want to read. I do have a couple of arcs that I might just read in between, but they're not like due until November, December. So I'm not too stressed about it right now. The first book on my list is The Death of a Salesman. This is an American play by Arthur Miller. This is a classic, or at least I think it's considered a classic. This is about a guy named Willie who has spent his whole life trying to be like a really good salesman. And now that he's like 65, he's looking back on his life and he's like, where did I go wrong? What's wrong with my life? Like, I don't have a good relationship with my wife. I think he divorces her. He doesn't have a good relationship with his kid. And so it's a really like, I think it'll end up being like a good story about like, you don't need to dedicate your whole life to work and be in like a good corporate guinea pig, because what is it going to get you in the end? I'm feeling this heavy right now because of my job, but they don't understand that I have more to life than my job. And I think this will be about that. And it's short, so I grabbed this just because I do want to start reading more classics and I have a bunch on my shelf. And the next book on my list is a book that I borrowed from my work's like little free little library that we have in our like office, and that is In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. Now I know I don't do great with Sarah Adams books, but because this is the last book in the When in Rome series, I just feel like I have to finish it out because I've gotten this far. This is about Madison. She is the 3rd sister of the main male character in the first book, and she went off to New York to find success. I don't remember if she was like trying to be a chef or what, but she was trying really hard to get out of Kentucky and just like, you know, succeed in life. It doesn't work out, obviously, because she moves back home, and what do you know? Her brother's best friend is the one that has the hots for her. But you know what they say, the best friend's sister is always off limits until it's not. And I just have a hunch that they're not going to be off limits from each other. Sarah Adams writes a lot of like fluffy-ish romance books, and I typically don't like a lot of like the Hallmarky stuff. Besides the Lori Gilmore series. I do like that one. So I don't know how this is going to be. I do like Sarah's writing. I think they're very good. I just think her characters fall really flat for me. They kind of fall 2D and fake, and like they're not real people. They might have real attributes and real characteristics that might like come from her or whoever else she knows. I just feel like beyond that, they're blank. So I'm not going to go into this with like too many expectations. It will hopefully just be like a little bit of a mindless read for me. The next book on my list is actually a book I talked about like 2 months ago that I said was on my TBR, and then I never talked about it again because I kind of forgot, and that is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is like a summer campy type of like contemporary romance, college kids. These two college kids, Russ and Aora, they have a passionate one night stand, okay? They don't ask each other for their names. They don't get their numbers from each other, but like a week later or so, they see each other as camp counselors at this camp that they're volunteering at. And obviously, there is no fraternization between the counselors. I think there's going to be a lot of sneakiness in this, and I think this is going to be like fun, okay? I haven't read anything from Hannah Grace in a long time. Icebreaker was full of smut, I'll say it, a lot of smut, but I've heard she doesn't write as much smut as her books have gone on. So I'm interested to see this. I also like her writing as well. Like, I didn't think Icebreaker was that bad. I just wish there was more plot and less smut. Now, the fifth book on the list is a recent addition to my shelf, and that is Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. Now, couple months ago, I read Level Up for Love by Lenora Woods, and I absolutely loved it. That was like a D&D style type of romance where it blended in like that fantasy aspects of D&D and being those characters while also like merging with the modern world, and I just absolutely loved it. This is another author that does something similar. I think this is more YA because I found this in the YA section, but it is shorter, so it's okay. And it's, Dungeons and Dragons themed, so I'm really excited about this. This is about Riley, whose dream is to become a Broadway director, and that's kind of all falling apart, so she has to work at her dad's game store. So she convinces her coworker, who is a very cute gamer boy, to help her with like this like dream of hers, right? And in exchange, she has to pretend to be his girlfriend to make like his ex jealous and her ex jealous and whatever. So they're fake dating, and part of that fake dating means joining a D&D club together, or her joining his. And you guys know how fake dating goes. It's not fake after a while, like everything becomes real. And so I'm excited for this because I haven't read a fake dating in a while. I'm trying to think about if I read a fake dating this year so far, and I don't think I have. This will be a first for 2026. And then the last physical book that I have is a very recent addition to the bookshelf because I just got this yesterday, and that is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. And this actually just became a TV show, I think, or a movie or something. And that's very good to know because it means I can watch that after I'm done reading this because everyone loves this book. I read Meet Me at the Lake and I thought it was average, but I believe this one's better than that. At least that's what I've. This is about Alice, who spent one summer when she was 17 at her grandmother's cottage, and there was like a picture of her and this guy, and it was a really good summer for her. Now she's a photographer, and her grandmother breaks her hip, so she has to go back to her cottage and help take care of her. And guess who's still there? Charlie, a guy that she spent her summer with many, many moons ago. She's so used to like people overlooking her, but Charlie sees her. And she doesn't know how to handle that, I think. I feel like this will be really good. I especially like about the part about being seen, because I never felt seen until like meeting Mason. At least like seen in a way that wasn't from my family. Yes, my family sees me, they know me, but someone outside of that, besides like my best friend, Mason was like the first guy to actually see me for who I am and know all of me. It's like the little things that like I don't know that he knows, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, I like that you know that, And I feel like this will like hit me in that like personal aspect, or at least I hope it does. Everyone wants to be seen, everyone wants to be loved, and I don't know. I just felt like saying that. I don't know. I love being seen and I love being loved. But yeah, those are all of the books that I have. I feel like I really like ran through that. This is like my second day home from vacation, so like I feel like I have so many things to do and not enough time because I go back to work tomorrow, and I really don't want to because this is also my last week of being able to work from home on Fridays, and so that means next week I will be working from home 0 days a week. I will be in the office 5 days a week, and I'm wanting to, I'm really upset about it, so I don't know. It's been really nice not being at work, and I kind of wish I never had to go back to work again. Like I wish I could just do this full time along with like my business, and I don't know, maybe have like a part-time job of like something else. Like a bookseller. Oh my gosh. Or like marketing for a bookstore or something. I don't know. I always said like I would never quit my job or like my career to do like social media or my business full time. But this current job makes me feel like I just want to quit and do it full time and not care about anything else. But I can't do that because I am the breadwinner. Hopefully things work out. Hopefully by the end of the year, something good comes along or something changes and I don't know, things feel better. We'll see. I should end that video here. Thank you guys for watching my video. If you like this, please consider subscribing or giving it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If you want to connect with me anywhere, my socials are down below. I have some links. I have my Pango books. I have an Amazon wish list, a storefront. I have literally everything. So yeah. Again, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.